This is episode number 180 of the Middle Country Public Library podcast. Hello and welcome. I'm Sal DiVincenzo, joined as usual by my absolutely fabulous colleagues, Sarah Fate.
Hi.
And Nicole Rambo.
Hello.
How are you ladies doing?
Good.
Good. So it was movie chat time.
Yep.
Yeah.
Nicole spun the wheel.
Mm-hmm.
And no one told Nicole not to put movies that are not actually available
No,
yet.
it's unavailable?
No.
It is. Eventually, it will be. Yes.
Yeah.
Is it on hold or like
Yes.
it's
No.
not even processed yet?
It's not processed yet.
Oh.
That being said, this is probably our closest to release
Yeah,
movie
it
chat
is.
ever.
Yeah.
Because I think this movie officially came out 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, it's no
So
we're ahead
it
of
is
the
a
curve.
brand new film that will be available very shortly
Oh, yeah.
here at the library.
Yeah.
But it is on the new movie list,
Mm-hmm.
and that is the reason why you put it in the
Yes,
spinner
I
thingy.
did.
And what was the movie that came out?
the birthday cake. The birthday cake?
The birthday
cake. Yeah. I was like, I was like, is it the birthday cake? And then like some old movie called The Birthday Cake came
Yeah,
up.
there's more
Yes.
than one.
And I was like, that's not it. And then
No.
I was like, is it the cake? So I googled the cake. That's something else. I'm like, that's not it. I'm like, where's this movie? And I found
So
the birthday cake.
So for you, our listeners, we all watched it on demand, but you will be able to. We'll put the link in the show
Save
notes.
your money. That's a
Yeah.
strong save your money.
And I will say off the bat, and I think this is probably the most ridiculous spoiler alert,
Okay.
because I feel like the end of this movie is literally in the poster, or if you just read the synopsis of the film.
Or if you've ever seen anything even remotely related to like this kind of movie,
There will be a spoiler alert if you don't want to ruin the ending
right?
or details of this film. We're going to talk in detail.
There's
about
not really. I mean, there wasn't much to this film,
Right.
No.
so it's really to see some of the actors, maybe
Yeah,
right.
exactly.
Yeah.
the experience.
And Nicole was thrilled. There's like an hour 25.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
It was
It still felt long.
Just when I was like, all right, when are we? And I touched it, and it was like 10 minutes. I was like, that's right.
When's the cake coming out?
Yeah.
Oh, there it is.
Well, like halfway through, I'm like, what? Like nothing happened.
Yeah.
Okay.
Speed it up.
So, Nicole, why don't you give us a quick synopsis of what the birthday cake is all about?
It's really this one boy and young guy's like journey of one evening with this cake, and it's on the anniversary of his father's death. And so every year they celebrate they have a get together to celebrate his father and remember him. And so this year they're having it, and he has to take the cake that his mom bakes to this party for the anniversary, and some of the things that happen along the way, and then what happens when he gets there. And so it's kind of like this kid's little journey one evening.
It's not an exciting journey, folks.
No.
It's
no,
a boring
Not
journey.
necessarily.
Maybe the end. 5
Yeah.
minutes is exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's, we'll say this is an Italian-American family.
Sure.
Stereotypical.
I was gonna say, how do you feel about saying that, Sal? Because
Super stereotypical.
yeah,
Stereotypical if you're a fan of Goodfellas, Sopranos,
This took place
Godfather.
in Philadelphia?
Brooklyn.
no, but-
This is
Was
Brooklyn.
it Brooklyn?
Yes, Brooklyn.
yeah. Well, they say Flatbush, they
Yeah, it
say
is
Kew
definitely
Gardens,
Brooklyn,
they
yeah.
say all
Oh,
of the.
obviously I
definitely
was paying complete
Yeah.
attention the whole entire
Yes.
time.
Yes. I mean, if they didn't tell you where it was, it could be any one of those
Right.
Italian neighborhoods
Sure.
on the Eastern Seaboard.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
But I mean, within the first 3 minutes, you know what's gonna happen.
oh, yes.
Like there's absolutely no surprise.
No, there
Maybe
is
the
not.
end. Maybe the end when you realize Ewan McGregor's helping out.
Yeah.
Maybe you're like, oh, that's nice.
Well, that's
let's-
the thing. I'm like,
yeah.
the priest is going to kill him?
Yeah, so let's talk about so talk about
random
some of the
Ewan
characters.
McGregor.
So Ewan McGregor plays a Father Kelly.
Right.
He's
Priests do not
also
look like that.
He is also he's also the narrator of the film.
Right.
He does some exposition here, narration, which is kind of weird.
Weird doesn't. Okay.
But
Yeah, sure.
he's in maybe 10
Begin-
minutes.
He's
Oh
a
my
bookend.
God.
Opener and a closer.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I bet
me
he
too.
went to set that day and was there for literally 2 hours.
Well, it was actually they said 3 days.
It
Supposedly.
took him 3 days,
Yeah.
Ewan McGregor, to do that.
Can I just say something
must
about
owed a
this film?
favor to
Can I just
someone.
say something about this film?
Yeah.
Based on the cast.
Yeah.
Based on the fact that I feel like this was very independently made.
Yes, 100%.
Probably made on an iPhone, maybe.
Yeah.
Okay. I could see, regardless of what you think whether or not you like the movie or not,
Yeah.
this film was probably a blast
Oh,
to make.
100%. Yeah.
And I could see Ewan McGregor hanging out just because these people were a lot of fun to work with.
Yeah.
He
That's what I'm
probably
gonna say.
didn't hang. He probably didn't act with them though. He only had two people, the Geo and the mom.
And the mom.
I don't know if you noticed or not.
Mm.
You, maybe or maybe not. But Ewan McGregor's daughter is in this movie. Aha.
Which one
Which
is she?
one?
She is Diane. She works at the bakery.
Oh, I
Oh.
liked her.
She likes Geo,
Yeah,
the main
yeah.
character. That's his daughter.
Oh, really?
Nice.
Yeah.
I
there you
liked her,
go.
actually. I thought she was very good.
So if she was
stand out.
hanging out, he was hanging
Yeah.
out. So I could see, everybody hanging out there.
It did look like a fun
Yes.
set.
And now let's go over some of this cast here because
There's
I
a
think,
lot of famous people.
I think
Yeah.
if you went into this movie not knowing anything about the movie but looking at the cast, you would expect, and I think the
you expect a better movie.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I think the expectations for this film are probably very high based on
Yeah.
this. So you have Ewan McGregor, who we mentioned. Shiloh Fernandez plays Geo.
He's new.
Yes,
No,
he's the new
But
he's the
he was
new guy.
apparently he was in the Euphoria show.
He's very good though. I thought he was I thought he was very good. So you have Val Kilmer,
Oh right.
which we're going to talk about in a little bit.
Poor Val.
Poor Val. Oh my goodness. Lorraine Bracco, we mentioned her a moment ago. John Magaro, Vincent Pastore, Nick Vallelonga, William Fitcher. I'm just picking out the folks who
William
Fitcher.
Fisher is so
I'm actually picking.
good.
I'm actually picking out folks who
He's from
actually
Farmington.
won either like a SAG award or an Oscar nomination.
Luis
These are-
Guzman.
Oh
yes,
yeah.
Luis Guzman
yeah.
is in here. Jeremy Allen White.
Yeah.
Penn Badgley.
Badgley.
Excuse me.
The ladies want to correct you.
Aldous Hodge, who was in the movie for like a minute. He's a SAG award winner.
Yep.
And Paul Sorvino, who had one line that was hilarious when you think about the fact that it's Paul Sorvino and he has one line in the whole movie.
Yeah, I don't
Oh,
know.
And
the
it's
one
a
that's
curse.
sitting on the
It's a
chair.
curse.
Yeah,
He
yeah,
just
yeah,
says-
yeah. Carmine.
Yeah.
Fu are the
Yeah.
initials for what he
Yeah.
said. And that's the only thing he says
Yeah.
in the whole film. Which is hilarious. He does more eating of a brownie, I think, or something
Yeah.
like that than anything else. Okay, so you have all these amazing
Right.
actors in it. So, what'd you think?
Honestly, I wouldn't say it was bad. I think it was fine. I think it was if you're gonna rent it, just to see all these people, I think it's actually
Definitely get it
kind
from the
of-
library.
Yeah, yeah, that's right. Yeah,
I
get it from the
think
library.
it will leave you wanting to see Goodfellas.
Yes.
Right,
You'll watch
right.
and be like, you know what? I want to watch a good mob movie.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah,
Yeah.
But I thought it was fun, like his little
I don't like it.
evening.
You didn't like
Didn't
Sarah?
you have a lot of questions? I was like, what is well, this is boring.
Oh, I did
What
have
is
questions.
happening?
Okay, so plot-wise, yeah, there are issues.
Yeah, but it does sort of come together.
No, it
at the
doesn't.
end.
It's like, who are all these people?
For me, it comes
What?
together.
Like, no.
I love this Sarah. I really do. This is my favorite Sarah.
It's like, no, I get it, Sarah. No, you don't. 'Cause I was like, okay. I don't. No, I didn't.
No.
You call a social worker.
Right. But no.
Yeah. No. I mean, look, the plot is a little out there. I felt that this, agree or disagree with me, did you feel like this could have been like a stage play?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
it kind of
yeah,
had
yeah.
like a stage play
Yeah.
structure. And I read about the director,
Jimmy
Giannopoulos.
Giannopoulos. Isn't that like a Greek name?
And it's interesting, yes, and it's interesting because in the credits he's just directed by G, I think it was, or something weird.
Oh.
But anyway, he explains how, he literally looked up on the internet how to write a script. He's like, okay,
No, really?
yeah. You didn't get that? Look, for a first film, this is his first, for
He
a
has
first
to have connections to get all those people.
Oh, he's got a ton of people in here.
That's even
mean,
if it's
really.
just the one line.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
No, absolutely.
I feel like it could have been so much better because it's like, yeah, William Fitcher
I know.
wasted.
Yeah, he's not in the film very much. Yeah,
No.
he's at the very beginning and the very end.
Yeah,
Right?
it's
And,
just
a little part like in the
I don't
end there.
know.
To me, I felt like there was a plot. It was very loose.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I felt like it was just you kind of accidentally stumbling upon this family, watching them for like an hour, and then just being pulled out and like, okay,
Yeah, that's what, like this kid's night. Like you just happen to
Yeah.
walk around with this kid and be like, what's
exactly
happening?
what's happening to this kid. Yeah.
But like
What-
you know as much. Well, the fact that like you don't know anything or things are tied up, like you're only supposed to know as much as he knows. Really.
Exactly, yes.
And he
No, no,
doesn't know anything. All right,
Yes.
here we go.
Okay, because you're right.
Yeah.
I mean, but then it's always like this little thing, plot, character
yeah,
development.
yeah.
Like, who are all these people in the family with the dinner? I'm like, you get like names, and I'm like, but who are the other people? Why are they all dying?
Yeah.
I mean, we all know why they died, but it's
Yes.
like, why Ewan McGregor is like holier than thou? That's for my burden to bear. Whatever.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's no character development, but because you've seen Goodfellas and you've seen The Godfather, no, really, because
Oh
you've
my
seen those
God.
movies, you go into this kind of expecting a certain thing. You get most of what you're expecting, and it's almost a caricature of those films.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
it's like
It's bad.
over the top.
Yeah.
Versions
But how much?
of-
But
how
it's
much-
not supposed to be funny. Like that's the thing.
Yeah, I know. But how much character development can happen if it's literally a night? We're only with this kid for one night.
for
What's
one night.
gonna happen?
A lot. You can do a lot of character development. There are some good movies that happen in one night.
Yeah, but
You're too nice.
I know.
Yeah, she's gonna call, dear Jimmy. I'm sorry that I'm sorry that we pooped
they're
your
attacking-
movie.
No, they're attacking the Puerto Ricans. The Russians are moving in. They shoot this guy and his dog, the poor dog.
Yeah.
They shoot Penn Badger. Why? What is
Yeah.
happening? Like, get rid of it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you don't need that extra crap.
But I think
If you're not going to explain a little bit more, you literally would take 3 minutes of dialogue to maybe explain a little more.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I guess it's just Leo's bad, right? The cousin really screwed them over.
Yeah.
Got into stuff.
Which is interesting because, again, it takes from Goodfellas, where Ray Liotta's character was getting into drugs and Paul Sorvino didn't like that. I mean, it was just basically borrowed, borrowed stuff mixed up in a bowl. But I got to tell you, I kind of like the taste. For me, it was just an enjoyable kind of hour and a half of me, and I did laugh when I probably shouldn't have laughed.
Oh, yeah, I laughed.
But, there were a couple of parts.
Yeah. And, like, I'm sorry, but Val Kilmer.
Well, let's talk about Val Kilmer, okay? First of all, I knew that he was sick.
Yeah,
I did know that he was sick. I didn't know, and this is how terrible it is, I didn't know that he does have, that's him for real. The tracheotomy, the pressing the button to speak and everything. I had no idea. So for me, I had to kind of pause it for a minute. Because going into this, I'm like, why would they choose Val Kilmer to play the character like this? With the voice box?
That's how
I
he
didn't know
is.
that's how he is.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
So I stopped it. I went on to a movie database because I'm like, is this because I knew he was sick?
Yeah, he's
and
very
I knew
sick.
it was like throat situation.
Yeah.
And then I got back to it. I'm like, okay. And seeing it after that, I kind of felt better about it. Like, okay, this is nice that he gets to play this part, and they're not going to. They explain it very briefly that he got shot in the neck, and that's how he. Okay.
Yeah.
And he was kind of this creepy, like when he doesn't talk and he's just like looking and he's like smiling, kind of weird.
Yeah.
That was kind of a creepy thing, right?
Oh, yeah. No,
Right?
he.
So I think he did. I think he did a good job.
Yeah.
But, okay, my problem, it's not with Val Kilmer.
Okay.
But it's the fact that he went to get, what is that called? A Garrett or whatever?
He went to kill. Yeah.
The sickest, oldest man is the one that's gonna do that. Get real. That's why I'm like, no, he'd get one of the henchmen to do
Well,
it.
I think he wanted to do it because it was him. He wanted to do it,
Right,
Because it was
And I'm
his.
sure
He
would've
would not
gotten-
have
He would have
succeeded.
gotten like help. They were all sitting there
Yeah.
ready to help him. Except for I don't know. Okay, to your point, I will agree with you. I
that
don't
would
know
have just
why-
been a fiasco. That's all I'm saying. If he was not, what happened to him, and he
I don't
went
know
through
why the two guys also got up.
Yeah.
That was confusing. I don't think that was
because they
ever
knew
solved.
it was gonna be a fiasco and they were gonna have to help.
help. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. By the way, did you get? It was so short and quick, but it was kind of. Did you get the fact that his mother was a pharmacist?
Lorraine Bracco.
Yes.
Oh yeah. Well, it said they still work at the pharmacy.
Yeah, does she still work at the pharmacy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then once, like, that kind of pretty much cemented the whole point. And then
Oh, yeah.
and then at the bakery when Diane offers him with the leftovers and the chocolate, he's like, I'm sorry.
Oh,
I
at
can't
that part I
eat
knew.
chocolate.
I'm
And I
allergic
knew
to cake.
immediately
Yeah.
there's going to be a chocolate cake
Yeah.
in that box, right?
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
you know what's going to happen to birthday cake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know everybody's going to eat it. You know everybody's going to die.
I thought
who
maybe
eats
it would be the help moment. I'm like, did you poop in
Oh
there?
yeah.
Yeah.
Is it a bomb? Is it gonna be
Yeah.
like decorations? Like, I know you killed my husband.
Yeah.
Yes.
Or something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but she wouldn't have.
Something.
Yeah, she wouldn't have sent a bomb because if it had gone off with the
Yeah.
sun and everything like
Yeah,
that.
good
And
thing
you-
Louise
yeah.
Guzman didn't eat it.
Yes.
I was like,
know.
don't eat the cake.
Yes. Yes.
Well, first I was like, is that the cake or those cupcakes or cookies or whatever the guy offered?
Oh
him? You
yeah,
want
yeah,
cookie?
yeah.
Yeah. So spoiler alert: if you didn't figure it out, literally looking at at one of the posters here,
Yeah.
the cake is poisonous.
Right.
They all love the cake. They make a big deal about the cake.
Yeah.
You hear about this cake from the beginning. At the beginning of the movie, she's looking at the wrapped cake like, okay, this is it.
I know, yeah. I mean, if you didn't know, like,
Right?
from the title,
Yes.
it's called the birthday
She
cake.
didn't say anything. I thought it was kind of clever that she didn't say anything to him, like, don't eat the cake.
But she
made
you
it chocolate.
chocolate.
So she did that. So that was kind of a clever thing.
I
But
don't know.
Everybody
I think
eats the
it's a little
cake.
twisted because that kid's gonna be have some PTSD from that day.
Oh,
Yeah,
my
For the
God.
mom to do that to
Stop.
the kid, like, hey, you're gonna watch all these people die.
Yeah.
Yes, but don't forget.
Yeah.
Now that was before or after.
I don't think that's what
Was
she
that? Oh no, that was before. The cake thing though was before he goes to find his cousin, who's very close to.
Oh, yeah, Leo.
Leo.
No, but then also,
And then he has
well, then the
the
Penn
run in.
Badgley, his
He has the
friend.
run in with
I
Uncle
know.
Ricardo. William
Yeah.
Fitchner,
Well,
who's a
he
police
sees-
officer, by the way. We didn't mention that.
Oh, yeah.
that he's a
cop.
crooked cop.
Oh, my God. How many
Yeah.
times are going to say it? We get it. Like, come on.
I'm sorry, what were you saying?
No, is it like, so he goes and he's like in the house looking for him originally, and then Penn Badgley's character is like there, and that's
Yeah.
and then he like leaves. So already he's like been held up or next to someone who's being held up. Then he goes and then everybody dies.
Yeah.
And he goes back and then he sees Penn Badgley shot in the head, dead.
Yeah.
And this is all a matter of like a half hour,
Yeah.
and then he goes and the dog's dead. And then he goes downstairs and then Uncle Ricardo's killing Leo in the tub. And
Yes.
then
What was
I was
he
like,
torturing?
holy
Yeah.
goodness.
Yeah.
What?
He was torturing him because
And he shot him. So it's
he
not,
got-
and not that he just witnessed it, but then he killed a man.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and then he shot Uncle Ricardo.
Yeah.
After he got the gun slapped out of him,
And then
like,
he go-
like he did in
Again.
the beginning, right? You're like, oh, here we go again.
And then finally he goes to the church.
yeah,
Father Kelly is expecting him
right.
because
Father,
he had
Father Kelly.
the alibi. He's like, thank you so much for painting all night long
Yeah.
for me, kind of that. And then the mother comes out and it's like dun dun dun.
Yeah.
So I went to the I went to the mobster thrift store and I got a bunch of Goodfellas leftovers and Sopranos leftovers, and guess what was in the bin? An Obi-Wan. So I picked one up too.
Well, they needed a Father Kelly.
Random. Yeah.
That's why I'm surprised I got Val Kilmer, because he wasn't in anything, and he's not remotely Italianish.
No. Well, a lot of these guys aren't remotely Italianish. I
Well,
will say though that
they're all
a
in
lot,
the
a lot of the
Italian
guys,
mob
yeah,
movies.
Yeah.
a lot of the guys at the party were.
Yeah.
And did you know that Nick Vallelonga, Uncle Tiny Tony, he gives him like the speech, like, "Look,
Which one is that?
Oh.
He's the guy who says, you're
Your dad
good,
was
you're
the-
good in your dad was good in the
Yeah.
head, and you're good in the heart. You
Yeah.
need to be good both ways."
Yeah.
Ah.
Which was kind of
I remember that.
strange
That was fun.
for him to be saying that if he knew that Uncle Angelo was going to kill him. So
Maybe
didn't
they
know.
all
I'm
didn't
thinking
know.
they didn't know. That's
Yeah.
what I'm thinking, that they didn't know.
Yeah.
Which also, it's a dinner party. You think if you're going to kill someone in front of, you'd all be like, Psst.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he
happen
wrote he wrote the Green Book. He wrote the Green Book, that
Oh.
movie, The Green Book.
Oh wow.
Okay, here was something funny. Do you watch Family
Who
Guy?
does this director
Do you-
know?
I don't know. He knows a
I
lot of people.
know.
Do you watch Family Guy?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
I've seen
Have
hate
you ever
that
seen the
show.
episode where Peter goes to the movies and there's the movie companies keep coming up
Oh yes.
over and over
Yeah,
again?
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
right. That was this movie. So
Wait, what?
this movie had 1 minute and 20 seconds of production company logos at the beginning of the movie before the middle actually
yeah,
started.
because look at all the people involved.
And the first one, by the way, as crazy as this may sound, and you probably blocked it out from your brain, but the very first one is Chicken Soup for the Soul
Yeah, I saw that.
Entertainment.
I saw that and I was like, did we get the wrong movie? Is this
Yeah.
a God movie?
Yeah.
A spiritual movie? But yes,
Yeah.
I saw that and I was
saw
like,
that too. I was like, is that a joke? Because I saw at the like I think I turned back and saw it, and I was like, "Does that say chicken soup?" I'm like, "Is that a joke?
no, I saw that and I was like, oh my God, we just
Yes.
wasted money on
Yeah.
the wrong movie.
Was
So
it a
it's-
joke or was it really?"
No, it's really an entertainment company. So this is what you
That
see.
dude, the
Is
chicken
it-
soup
but
for
is
the
it
soul books?
related to this books.
Yes,
or
it is related to the books.
They have a ton of
Yeah.
books.
It's a production company. It's huge. They're gigantic. They're
They know how to
publishers.
make
Oh my
money.
god, let's make a movie, guys.
Okay, so listen.
Yeah.
So
There'll
I feel
be
like we could
us
get
in
our
it.
movie made.
So it takes 1 minute 20 seconds for this to happen. So these are the companies that show up, and they're slow, and you think, okay, here comes the movie.
Oh, yeah,
Okay, here
yeah,
comes the
yeah.
movie. Okay, Chicken Soup for the Soul Entertainment, Screen Media, Purpose Films, Artemis Pictures, Endeavor Content, Tucci and Company, Photon Pictures.
I saw Tucci and I was like,
Okay.
Stanley Tucci.
It's not, but
Yeah,
Photon,
yeah.
Photon
Could be in it.
Pictures, and then there's this long pause, and then there's one more, Oceana.
Yeah, I remember Tucci.
Minute
I was
20.
like, ah,
That's so
Tucci
funny.
gang.
So we
Yes.
can make a movie then.
Yes,
We can
for
get chicken soup.
but for
It'd be
the
called, like,
soul
the book.
entertainment.
And it's literally just the
It'll
thing
be
about a
just
book
as good.
instead
It'll
of-
be a day in the life of Sal.
Yes.
Me and Sarah go to kill you. Just kidding.
Now we can do whatever we want on the show.
It'll be an hour and a half of pod. It's called the pod.
It's like we're the fabulous colleagues, and that's it. Okay. So we do this at the end of every movie chat. Scale of 1 to 10, 10 being great, 1 being terrible. Sarah, what would you give this movie?
Yeah, it's a shame because I really like a lot. I like almost everyone in it. They were really good.
Yeah.
But overall, I found it to be very boring.
Okay.
Boring enough where I was just like,
So what would you give it? What number you give
I don't
it?
know.
What's
For the cast, I give it a good 8.
Okay.
For the story, I give it a good 3.
Okay. All right.
Overall, 5.
There you go. Yeah, you took the average.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Nicole,
Yeah, I'll give it a 6.
a 6.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's good. I got up, I watched it this morning. I ironed.
You just like that it was short.
I did. Yeah, I ironed while I was watching it, and then I put my makeup on. Got
Okay, wait. Let me
ready.
ask you: if Penn Badgley wasn't in it,
He wasn't in it that much.
Yeah.
it was enough where I was like perked up a little. I was like,
I was
oh.
just trying to figure out what the benefit was
Where's this bar?
for him to come in there.
I have no idea what.
There's
That's
Right.
what I'm like. Is he a druggie? Like, because they were like, here, you want to settle?
Yeah,
Here,
yeah,
go.
yeah.
I was like, what is happening?
I don't even get how he was related.
Well, just the fact that he warned Gio that these guys were looking for his cousin.
He's a friend,
Yeah.
And then he
but
sold
then he
his-
wound up taking
he sold
them
his
there.
cousin out. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just so
and he gave him
weird.
the heads up. Hey, these guys been sitting here.
Yeah.
Like, why would you even give him a heads up and then be like,
Exactly.
Yeah,
I
that was
get it. Yeah.
weird. But it was Penn Badgley, so I forgave it.
yeah.
Okay. All right. So I'm sorry. You said 6?
6, yeah.
Okay. I agree with both of you. The movie had a terrible plot construction. I thought the acting was great, but I thoroughly enjoyed it. I'm going to give it an 8.
Oh my
Aw.
Well, right.
Because-
Well, the thing is, when you're watching, you're like, oh, I know him. Oh, I know
Yeah,
him.
yeah.
Or that reminds me of that movie. Or that's like
just thought-
that's like the thing that me and Rocky were like,
Yeah. I enjoyed it for the wrong reasons.
Yeah.
Like if I met the director and I said I really enjoyed your movie, he's like, "Oh yeah, you like the writing?" I'm like, "No, it was just kind of silly, and it was like Goodfellas light, and
Fellas like.
you pretty much took, you went to the thrift store and you pulled all this stuff and you put it into a movie. And, it's a student. It feels like a student's first movie.
Yeah.
Who has like a lot of really
Access to
famous
some
friends.
really-
It's so funny. We were
Yeah.
watching it, and Rocky's like, "Hey, that's Joe Pesci," and I'm like, "What?" He's like, "Just kidding."
Yeah.
Wow. I really want to
I
see
was
Joe
waiting
Pesci.
for him to pop up. Everyone else
He could have been
popped up.
Mr. Tucci, who was the guy who was doing the lottery ticket in the bakery,
Yeah.
right?
Oh yeah.
So, okay. Well, that does it for another movie chat episode. And again, when you hear this, the film is not out, but you can put yourself on the
hold.
list, on the hold, yes. And it just came out like I think it was in the theaters last month, and it was just
Was it in the
released.
theater?
It was just, they have to be in the theater for like, if they want to be.
Oscar nominee.
You never know.
You never know. I don't mean to laugh like that, but
Yes.
Maybe the main guy did a good job.
Yeah.
Gio.
no, I do have to say though, it wasn't the worst movie that we've watched.
No.
We've seen some pretty bad
And I
movies.
do think you're right. I do think a lot of people will find this because you know what's funny. While I was watching, I was like, I think my dad would have liked this movie.
Yeah.
because of all the old people,
Yeah,
like
exactly.
Right,
reminiscing
Well,
and stuff.
yeah.
It's not the worst, but for me,
No.
I was like,
Yeah. Yeah.
but I think a lot of people would like it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely get it from the library.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Good hour and a half.
Exactly. Definitely. Tight 90.
Yeah. Tight 90.
All right. If you want to listen to our older episodes or read our show notes, visit our website, mcplpodcast.com. There you can sign up for a free Podbean account and interact with us. You can actually comment on our movie chats or any other episode there, as well as if you want to email us. If you have an idea for a show, if you want us to watch a movie and then discuss it, you can send us an email, podcast@mcplibrary.org. So for Sarah Fade and Nicole Rambo, I'm Sal DiVincenzo. We'll see you on the next show.